On I go. Let's get going. Looks like an army marched through here.
Ketheric is defeated. The path ahead clear. You should be elated. The sight of the land you leave behind does nothing to alleviate your sorrow.
Sergeant, if you are here, I presume Wern's Rock is secure, and preparations for my inauguration are complete.
No, Lord Gortash. We were interrupted. Another quake in the lower city. More severe this time.
So you came cowering to my chambers? I'm flattered, Sergeant. But even I cannot command natural phenomena to cease.
Forgive me, my lord, but there is panic in the streets. The people are afraid.
Perhaps the people would be calm if you kept your nerve. I expect better from the Flaming Fist than to run scared from a slight tremor in the earth. Get back to your duties.
Duties, duties, duties. Patrolling and saluting and following and bowing and scraping. Yes, sir. No, sir. Rip and cut your throat, sir.
Your plan is falling apart, lordling. Give me a reason not to cut you to ribbons.
Control yourself, Orin. We need to focus on reuniting the stones or the brain will break free. These quakes are just the start. Neither of us expected the prison bearers to kill Ketheric. They'll be traveling to the city. Let's make sure we give them a Baldurian welcome.
My prodigal bloodkin is among them.
They live.
Barely. I made mince of their ugly mind matter. And if they dare return, I will strip out their offal.
Beyond the campsite, the city waits in uneasy silence, one sleep away.
need a moment for the two of us.
The gate is closed, as is Cazador. Cazador and his rite of profane ascension. An imperial soiree, attended by devils and spawn alike. A grand ceremony to honor one exalted vampiric master. And elevate him to an unfathomable station. To place him in a position of such esteem. The world will yearn to kneel and offer their necks. We will kill him, but there's more to it. Think about it. It sounds like Cazador, for all his evils, has gotten further than any of my kind ever have. He's on the verge of a miracle. If the time comes and I can stay one move ahead of him, I'll take his place before his blood can hit the floor. Let's find out more about the ritual before we waltz into Cazador's front door. If we track down my old comrades, the other spawn, we may discover more and be finally positioned for yours truly to ascend. My, you sweetheart. Then there isn't a moment to waste. If we don't find my brethren, they'll find us, likely with bared fangs. We should get to them first. Then we can make their pretty tongues talk. Unless Cazador's changed their orders, they'll be in the dens of this town, seeking prey.
Best be on my way. Let's see what this does.
The events of the last days weigh heavily upon you. Sleep's rest is slow to come to one whose mind is so full. The Absolute is not a god, but an elder brain controlled by the chosen of the Dead Three. They mean to use it to take control of the Sword Coast. All who carry the tadpole are governed by the brain, and by extension the chosen. It will take but one order to transform them into an army of mind flayers. This would have been your fate too, were it not for the astral prison, and the mysterious visitor inside of it. With his help, you have uncovered the cult for what it really is. Together, you have the power to thwart the Dead Three. And what then? You are prone to impulses as uncontrollable as the gods themselves. Will you liberate the true souls from their parasites and their religious delusions? Or will you use the power you gain for your own purposes? Right now, your resolve feels firm, but there is no knowing how you will feel when the moment comes. You will not have long to wait. All you need to do now is sleep. But sleep is not for you.
Hear Help me.
My victims await. A bold maneuver.
Time for a cull.
Ready. On the move.
The dance macabre.
Let me strike.
Fight your way to the portal. I need your help.
Can't slow down.
I'm here. Help me. I'm under attack.
Let's go.
On your command. Right away. I won't give in. some bloody work.
It's not over. Come to the skull. Hurry! I can't hold them back alone.
With haste.
I wonder what the next move is.
Should mind my step.
Before you do anything, I am your ally. We are in...
A mind flare? What's going on here?
The Githyanki is the source of our protection against the Absolute. I must subdue him, or everything we've worked towards is lost. Don't let my form deceive you. Help me. The Honor God. Eliminate them. Destroy the God. I will subdue them. Together, we...
Time to kill.
Need to act fast. Onward.
This feels good. Keep them guessing.
I thirst for combat. Weapons ready. Understood.
Hungry for the slaughter.
Let's end this.
honor guard.
Fresh orders? Oloth Blindos.
Go for the throat.
Can't give up.
Shall we cut and run?
Yes?
My faith will protect me.
Thank you. That was too close. Don't look at me like that. I am a mind flayer, yes. Without me, you would be a slave to the Absolute.
Of all the things to be indebted to, a bloody mind flayer.
You grew attached to a mere disguise, but you judge without even knowing me. It's like I said before, I'm just like you. An adventurer. I came from Baldur's Gate, though I was never one to be constrained by circumstance. I longed for more. That longing brought me to Moonrise Towers on a search for treasure. To a colony of mind flayers who caught me, changed me into what I am now. For years, I served the Elder. I sustained myself on criminals. Unglamorous, but there are plenty of them, rarely missed. And they fueled me while I did my work. I had the good fortune to meet Duke Stelmane. We formed a partnership, and through her, I became the governing force behind the Knights of the Shield, the largest mercantile operation in Baldur's Gate. People referred to me as the Emperor. Such was my influence. My needs were sated. I was happy for he tore me from my home and brought me back to the Brain, where I became a slave once again. The name was intended as a slight, to remind me of the heights from which I fell. But I have grown fond of him, indeed. His hubris knows no bound. I shall look forward to sharing his downfall with you. Gortash sent me on a mission to retrieve the Astral Prism. How Gortash or the other Chosen learned of its existence. The moment I found it, I felt a change, and found the Githyan key. I realized what the prism was for. Containment. While my body was within the prison's bounds, my mind was free. I could resist the Elder Brain, the Chosen. Better yet, I All I needed to do was subdue the Githyanki and find allies in the outer world. You. Prince Orpheus. His power has been the source of your continued protection against the... It is the same power that enabled Orpheus's mother. When Orpheus's mother left, Blackith wanted his power, but Orpheus rose against her, and so bound by infernal chains, Orpheus could never leave. Bound, they were close to breaking my hold on that prince. And if they had succeeded, I am relieved. You have embraced your potential enough. Alone, Orpheus will be much easier to control. That would be a terrible idea. The moment he is free, he will...
Even though he is subdued.
You carry a tadpole. As far as Orpheus is concerned, you are already a Lithid, a sworn enemy, just like me. You are already more illithid than you realize. You seek to reverse an inevitable process. Even if my original body remained intact after I transformed, as an illithid, I have far surpassed who I ever was before. You, too, should embrace this change. Like it or not, our chances of defeating the Elder Brain are substantially improved. I've been studying you for a while now. I believe I can trigger the next stage of your tadpole's life cycle, while continuing to preserve your independence. You have seen what I can do. Imagine yourself with the same strength, the same intelligence, the same devastating beauty. If you let me, I can evolve you. The answer is twofold. One, I can, but it would kill you, as I told you before. Two, why would I? You have done well with the limited form you have, but you would do far better as an illithid. So, do you wish to evolve or not? You will be able to do things you never thought were possible. There will be physical alterations, of course, and you will soon see that the benefits outweigh any perceived loss. I understand. Let us hope then that your present self will be sufficient to do. But in case you change your mind... Look after it. Use it when you're ready to evolve. You or your allies. It has vitality enough for you all. But we mustn't lose focus. We need to resume our journey. You heard the Chosen. The Brain has gone to the city, and the army marches to follow. We must not let them reach it. We must find the Brain, and bring it under our control.
All right, what now? At the ready. First in my heart.
So, there's been a mind flayer inside the artifact, or astral prism, the whole time we've had it. Sounds like utter madness, even though I've seen it with my own eyes. The more I learn, the less I understand just why I was sent to retrieve that thing. But it matters little now. I do not serve Shah anymore, nor the Mother Superior. The prism is no longer my mission. Saving my parents is. But I digress. Did you want something?
Your parasite communes with Blazell's. Her heart races as she learns of the events inside the astral prism.
Orpheus, Gith's only son. He lives. It is not the Geich visitor that Vlaakith would destroy and Voss would set free. It is Orpheus, the blood of the mother, the prince of the comet. The Emperor, yes. A stunning revelation, but not so stunning as the prisoner. Listen close. The Emperor spoke only in half-truths. For you to know the tale of Orpheus, you must know the tale of Gith and of Vlaakith. Long ago, when we rose up against our Geich slavers, Mother Gith made Tiamat gifted the Githyan, the first Vlaakith of many. It is Vlaakith 157, our current Vlaakith, but it was the first whom Orpheus tried. Orpheus is Gith's only son. It was Kithrak Voss himself who... Yet the Prince of the Comet's been with... Should Orpheus go free, we meet Voss in the city. Every word, one word from... If the Githyan...
must find where Gortash and Orin have established themselves, and take their nether stones.
Waiting for my return. We should do what we can to find them. What they know could help us.
Excuse me. I can't find my mum. But, I don't know where to go.
Harsh. Not the family type then, I take it.
Guards blow like petards. They don't help us. She better? It's getting really sad in here.
I do not understand why the matrons, patriarchs of the city do not open their gates to the refugees. I was not suggesting they be allowed to roam free. They should be put to work. The city needs laborers and fodder to protect it. Yes. And if they work hard enough for long enough, the city might allow them to earn their freedom one day. They should all be running.
Nearly there now. You can see the city, up on the hill.
If I was a Sharan lookout, this
What in the hell
is the
was
sort of
that?
place I'd wait around. Whatever it is doesn't bode well.
Something over there.
Whatever comes, I'm ready.
Keep your distance, darling. Look, watch your back.
That fox again.
That's curious.
My! The fates move in strange and scrumptious ways. I am delighted to see you again. After our little interlude at last light, I was worried you'd gone quite mad. Did it? I'm not so sure. I'm not in the city yet, you see. I'd quite like to get inside, but it's difficult to shuffle your way to the top of the queue when you're, well, as big as an ox. But what if I was smaller, more discreet? Maybe then a kind soul might bring me through, right in their little pocket. Ooh. This day has ended so much better than it started. Now, you don't worry about me. I'll be a good, quiet little apple you can tuck into the pale Cyric.
pots. I'll do it.
If I must.
Can't leave Grunch behind though.
Hail, friend. Fine day, isn't it? Forgive me, you're in no mood to talk about the weather. Your journey here was a hard one, no doubt. Is this your first time in Baldur's Gate? You do? My apologies. It's usually newcomers who seek my aid. Though, with the way the city's been recently, they've been staying away in droves. Used to be you'd arrive knowing you'd a full belly and a warm bed waiting for you. Not anymore. These days, there's barely enough to go around. Add the refugees on top and, well, folk aren't feeling too generous. If it were my problem, I'd do something about it. Instead, they've stuck me gardener's door while they squabble over the donations. Some well-to-dos in the city donated enough to see the newcomers right for the time being. Only they didn't bother helping everyone else. Locals going without while strangers feast. It stoked the fire, all right. Some Baldurians are kicking up a fuss round the front of the barn as we speak. If I wasn't wearing this uniform, I'd walk round there and teach them a lesson they'd never forget. Ha! What peace. If no one steps in, there'll be bodies piled high in the streets before long. Those refugees have been leeching on our city for too long. If we don't show them that we mean business, they'll bleed us dry. We need to march round the front and kill every last one of them. Let's see them eat our food with their guts on the floor. What do you say? Why does it matter? Innocence makes the blood run clearer.
So, you're the lick-spittle who crushed the Bone Lord's thrall. Have you come begging, sniffing for our stones? Gortash won't like that. You'll need to bleed and carve this city if you want to turn him to grave meat. He shivers at the thought. When you find the Lordling, tell him Orin is watching.
So, Orin's a shapeshifter. Which means we can't trust anyone. Not even each other.
How did the wine sack get empty, Garen?
We only got away with what we have on.
These clothes make me itch. That's a big
Might have a word.
Got diseases. Any one of them could
I just lost a wager, thanks to you.
Who are you?
Someone who bet that you'd never be foolish enough to actually show your face in this city again. But here you are. And the gold in my purse is soon to take flight. There have been whispers about you, sister. About your faith, your loyalty. I can't help but feel the strangest twinge of disgust as I look upon you. Is it true? Has Our Lady forsaken you?
I know the truth. I know my parents still live. Tell me where they are, and I have no quarrel with you.
I'm afraid the quarrel is unavoidable, thanks to you. Now I must report your reappearance. If you are intent on bringing matters to a head, then seek out the House of Grief in the lower city. Though, if I was you, I'd be very tempted to just forget it all and disappear. You have some form of doing so, after all.
Young lady, Shadowheart.
The excess of refugees outside the city walls could easily become a surplus of laborers.
Careful, Mindara. As a drow exile, you could be classed as a refugee yourself. Not volunteering, I take it?
That's why I am a daughter of House Banebrave. I obey no authority except my own desires.
I can think of at least one Wriggly stowaway who might dispute that.
You'll be in a big... The place was empty. Keep those thugs away from my family.
Danuvia! Get these spotters out of my house now!
Arthur, sweetheart, you paid me and my boys to be caravan guards, not cattle wranglers. If you want us to get our hands dirty, it'd be our pleasure. But that'll be extra.
I just want to remove these unlawful interlopers from my property.
My point exactly.
They're like kobolds. You let one in and soon the place will be crawling with them. I'm a very magnanimous individual, but this is my home! Either they leave, or I'll make them. Threatening me? Zenobia, why are you just standing there? Do what I'm paying you for!
You paid us to protect you, as I said. Anything else is extra.
Ugh. This is the last time I hire someone from the guild. Fine. Here's the extra. Finish the job. Please show this meddler some of that famous Rivington hospitality.
Working in your circus? Make it hurt.
My victims await.
Nothing will stand in my way. Time to press ahead.
Your command?
My faith will protect me.
your command.
What's the plan?
Still on my feet. No time for mercy.
No time to dally.
Let's get going.
All right. You won. You won. What more do you want from me? Well, with Zenobia and the others gone, I don't suppose you'll take no for an answer. All right, they can stay. Are you happy now? Now I have to figure out what I'm going to do. A room can wait. After what you've put me through, I need a drink.
These boots have seen everything. What's hiding here?
Let the kid come. Sorry. He wants to teach them refugees a lesson, right?
In your circus?
Baldur's Gate is for Baldurians. Do you think Dribble can have his animal friends?
Of course. He never travels without his friends. Let's go.